Hello, today I'm going to show you how to do polynomial division. But first of all, before we get into that, I think it's a good idea to just talk about normal division with normal numbers and just make sure you've got a good understanding of that process. So for example, here's a short division. I'm going to pick some easy numbers like a division by 5 just to make the process a little easier. So let's say we want to divide 37,245 by 5. Now I'm sure you're all familiar with this. You would be thinking 5 doesn't go into 3, so 5 into 37 goes 7 times 5 sevens are 35. So that gives us a remainder of 2. 5 into 22 goes 4 times with a remainder of 2. 5 into 24 goes 4 times with a remainder of 4. And 5 into 45 goes 9. Now what I'm going to do is the same question but with long division. So I want to just reinforce how long division is simply putting all the thinking that we were doing here, writing it down a little more formally. So get that same number and we'll start again. Okay, so 5 doesn't go into 3, so we'll 5 into 37. So it goes 7 times. So now we want to work out the remainder. So we're going to multiply 7 times 5 and write the 35 down here. Now we need to subtract that to get the remainder. It gives us a remainder of 2. Now instead of writing this 2 up here like we did here, I'm going to bring that 2 down to join it down here. 5 into 22 goes 4. 4 5s are 20. Subtract that off to get the remainder, gives us 2. Once again, the next digit now has to come down to join with that 2. So that gives us 24. 5 into 24 goes 4, and then multiply down again. So 4 5s are 20. Subtract that off to get the remainder. Bring down the next 5, our last digit, and we have 5 into 45 goes 9. Just to check that we're there, 9 times 5 is 45, and by subtracting that off we can see that we have no remainder, so that it's gone through evenly. Okay, now just to bear in mind that we don't always have to have a nice answer like that. We can have a remainder. So let's look at another division. I'll just do 5 again to make it nice and easy to follow. Here's 42,116 divided by 5. Now I'll just do the short division for this example. So 5 into 42 goes 8, remainder 2. 5 into 21 goes 4 with a remainder of 1. 5 into 11 goes 2 with a remainder of 1. 5 into 16 goes 3, and we have a remainder of 1, and I'll just make a note of that up there like that. So what that's basically telling us, we could sum up that question by saying 42,116 divided by 5 is equal to 8,423 and 1/5. So we take our remainder, put it over what we were dividing by. That gives us our little remainder as a fraction at the end. So I want you to keep that in mind because that'll help understand what we're doing with the polynomial division at the end. So let's have a look at an example now with some algebraic expressions. So I'm going to take a cubic function. We'll have x cubed minus 3x squared plus 5x minus 4. And I'm going to divide it by x minus 5. Now, when we're doing polynomial division, the key thing we have to think about first is just the x here. So I'm going to say x, how many times does x go into x cubed? Well, it goes x squared. Now, like we did in our long division here, where we then multiplied back down to work out a remainder, we're doing the same thing here. So now I've got to multiply the x squared by the x minus 5. So that would give us x cubed minus 5x squared. Now we're going to subtract that off. So I'm going to pop some brackets around it because we're now subtracting something that has two terms. So x cubed minus x cubed cancels. Negative 3x squared minus minus turns to plus 5x squared. So that gives us 2x squared. Now, like we did here in our long division, we brought the next digit down to join the remainder. So we're going to do that here. We're going to bring down the next term to join with our remainder. And then we basically repeat the process again. So x into 2x squared goes plus 2x. Now we multiply down again. 2x times x gives me 2x squared. 2x times negative 5 is minus 10x. And then we subtract that off to see what our remainder is. So once again, the 2x squared minus the 2x squared cancels, which is what you want every time, that first bit to cancel. 5x minus minus turns to plus. So that's 15x. And then once again, we bring down that minus 4 to join with that. And we repeat the process. X into 15x goes 15 times. We multiply that down to work out a remainder. 15 times x is 15x. And 15 times negative 5 is negative 75. Subtract that off. And the 15x minus 15x cancels. Minus 4 minus minus turns to plus, so minus 4 plus 75 leaves us with 71. We now have no more terms to bring down, so this is our final remainder. So the way that we interpret that now is I could say that the original cubic function, 3x cubed minus 3x squared plus 5x minus 4 divided by x minus 5 is equal to x squared plus 2x plus 15 plus 71 over x minus 5. Just like we did with our remainder up here, we put it over what we were dividing by to make the fraction part of our answer. So we do the same thing here. So there you go. That's polynomial division. Hopefully now you have a little better idea how it works.